Switching over to the Thunder Chip because the boss of the stage we're going to is weak to it. And it's time for our first proper mission, Destroy Train. Destroy Train is a fairly straightforward mission. Your objective is to, well, destroy a train. There are a couple of reasons, story-wise, for why you're doing this. For one, there's a cyber elf on the train and you have to rescue it. And secondly, there is... well, this train is an enemy transport train, so destroying it would disrupt enemy troops. It's mostly just standard platforming. You have things shooting at you, and wires you have to cut down from the ceiling, which is an interesting concept that I don't remember if they ever use again. This is a strange mini-boss. You have to use a charge slash, or similar, to knock it over, and then you can sit there and rail on it, and he drops a cyber elf. And now we're on the actual train. So, you have 3 minutes to get to the end of the train and defeat the boss, which is a very generous time limit. You could probably do this in 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute if you're really fast. Probably not 1 minute, maybe a minute 30. So, it's generally, for this particular boss, there's 2 short flame puffs and then the actual flame. If you have an A or S rank, he does the attack which he just did, and is doing right now, where he shoots up a piston in the floor and just kind of slides at you with fire. He's not really all that difficult, and he's probably the easiest of the initial 4 missions you have access to. I'm not entirely sure. I would probably rate him as the easiest, and that mission is now done. Next up, Occupy Factory. Now, there are 2 different ways you can go through this level. You can just keep going straight here and go through a stealth section, which I've never done successfully, and honestly isn't worth the effort. Or you can go on top, like I'm doing, and sneak in through the vents. Like with the previous stage, as far as I'm aware, the boss at the end of this stage is still weak to the Thunder Chip, but I could be wrong about that. This elevator thing is a lot more useful when you have to revisit this place, but you really don't have to use it at all here. And then there's these guys. I don't really like these guys. They're basically just moving platforms, but their movements are difficult to see when you're on raised platforms, when you're not actively on one of them. And it's not entirely clear where one of them is going to drop. Also, you have these welding arms, I believe those are, that, are annoying to dodge, and the spiders shooting at you, but, it's not the hardest thing in the world. Like all things, you can get better at it with practice. These electric beams, just simple timing. And with that, we are now at the boss. So, this boss is kind of interesting. It has a bunch of different arms, and each one of them is a different type of attack. If you have A or S rank, he can also do that, which is shooting at you. You can dodge it a couple different ways. The easiest way is to dash under him like that. And then So the orange arms punch at you, it's pretty easy to dodge. The red arms are fire. Green is electricity, and blue is ice. Like I just did there, you can destroy the arms with enough damage, but once it cycles to a point where the destroyed arm would be on top, it just generates a new one anyway, so, you know, it's not entirely necessary to do that. It's also not entirely helpful unless you can destroy it before it attacks. Anyway, with that, we have finished our second proper mission, and we got the fire chip. Or the flame chip, as it's apparently called. And we got another A rank. Looking at my point total, I would not guess that I would have gotten an A rank, but we did. And that's it for this video. Bye-bye.